Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make my Italian salami. Now this is about, let's say, an inch thick. This is the gyro meat I make, and I'm going to give you the link on how to make this meat. So we're going to need about an inch thick of this meat, and what we're going to do is we're just going to break it up. Because if you ever notice, salami has like little chunks of meat in it. So we're just going to break this up. We're going to incorporate this with all the other ingredients that we're going to add to the salami. So just break it up roughly. It doesn't have to be perfect. You could also use a food processor for this. So we're just chopping it up, and that looks about right. So that was about an inch thick. I would say about a 4-inch wide piece of gyro meat that I put together. But basically you want, I would say, maybe a cup. Once it's chopped up, it's about a cup of gyro meat. And we're going to put this in a bowl. So we're just going to add this to our bowl. So that's our gyro meat that we cut in pieces. And we're going to need about a cup of cooked, and I'm using basmati rice, believe it or not, because it has this distinct flavor that's going to go nice with our salami. So it's about a cup of cooked, and it was refrigerated overnight, so it's nice and sticky. So it's about a cup of basmati rice. This is the brown rice. And this is going to be our fat balls. So we're just going to mix this together, and we're going to start adding other ingredients that will make up our salami. Okay, so we're going to add some spices to our mixture. Right now I told you we have about a cup of the chopped up gyro meat that I'm going to put a link to, and some cooked brown, and you don't want this al dente. You want this to be really nice and cooked, so it's soft like it would be little fat balls. And because it's brown rice, it's good for you. There's nothing wrong with putting some brown rice in this and give it that fatty texture. So now we're going to need 4 garlic that we're going to crush. So have some patience with me. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we've crushed 4 garlic cloves, and nice sized garlic cloves. You don't want them to be that small. And we're going to mix this. Make sure that everything distributes evenly. So then we're going to add some paprika, so it's going to give it that red color that you're looking for. Okay, and if you find that you have some pieces that are big of the gyro meat, it doesn't matter because you're going to end up slicing this. Okay, so now we're going to need something for sweetness, and I'm going to add some brown sugar, and I would say about 2 tablespoons to start off with. And then if we need more, we'll add more. So we have 1, and we have 2. So we have the sweetener in it. And remember, always mix so we don't have spots where it's either too sweet or not sweet enough. Okay. So we've got our garlic and we have our sugar. So now we're going to need some salt. I'm using the gray salt, which is really good because it's loaded in minerals. And I'm going to say about a good teaspoon for now. And then if we need, we'll add a little extra. So we've got our salt. And we're going to add fennel seeds. We're going to add 1 teaspoon of fennel seed to this mixture. And we want these to stay whole. And that's going to give it that nice anise taste that you would normally find in your salami. We're going to throw in a teaspoon of coriander seeds. And that's that. And now black pepper. We put whole black pepper in your salami. But because we're using gluten and we're not using meat, they're going to slip right out of the salami. So what I'm doing is I'm going to hand crush, but a thick grind. And that's about, let me see, that's about a teaspoon, I think. Yeah, that's about a teaspoon right now. So I'm going to add at least 2 teaspoons of the black pepper. Possible 3 teaspoons. So that would be about a tablespoon of black pepper that you want to add. And you want it, grind it up somewhat coarse so that you could actually feel the black pepper under your teeth like you would if you're eating salami. If you don't want that texture of black pepper under your teeth, then just put in some fine black pepper. So I'll continue this a little later, but I'm just showing you what we have so far. Okay, so cayenne pepper. You don't have to put cayenne pepper, but we normally like our salami a little spicy, so I'm going to put a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and then I'm going to add some paprika. So we want at least a tablespoon of paprika, but we'll see, we might add more. So there's 1 tablespoon of paprika. So if you look at it, it's turning nice and red. It's almost like a salami. Okay, so now we're going to add one cup of my vital wheat gluten. This is going to be a nice big salami, so you're going to have enough for lunches. 2, so I know that 3 of these make almost, there you go, a cup. And we're going to mix our vital wheat gluten. Now, definitely have to put more salt. Yes. So I'm going to add at least another half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of salt. Okay. More black pepper. Like I said, if you don't want to put that much black pepper, you don't have to put it. I don't mind having whole, but because this is not meat and it's vital wheat gluten, those black pepper seeds are probably just going to slide out. So I'm going to do a coarse chop, and I'd say about at least a tablespoon of black pepper. 3 teaspoons to a tablespoon of black pepper. We're going to need wine vinegar, but I'm going to put in balsamic because I like balsamic because it's got that sweetness to it. And I am going to put this in a separate bowl because I'm going to mix it later on together. So we have some balsamic. Okay, we're going to add 1/8 of a cup of white flour. Not white flour, sorry, unbleached flour. And that's going to help bind the ingredients a little more. Mix our dry again. So just tasting this. A little more salt. Remember, there's no animal products, so taste your food. And if you feel you need it a little saltier, well, you add a little more salt. And if you feel that you don't want to add the salt, you don't add the salt. But taste your food. There's no animal products in this, so you're not going to get sick. You're not going to get salmonella. You're not going to get any kind of stomach problems because it's just plant-based food. Okay, I'm just going to add a little more paprika because I want it to be kind of red, like a salami should be. All right, I have my olive oil and my balsamic. We're going to add that in, and we're going to give it a mix. Okay, so we're going to add, on top of the 2 tablespoons of balsamic and the olive oil, you're going to add, where is it? There we go, 1/4 at a time. So we're going to add 1, And we're going to mix this up. And you can get in there with your hands if you want to. Now I'm going to put also some chili flakes in this because I like my salami spicy and hot. So we're going to need another 1/4 cup of water. And I like my salami spicy, so I'm going to say about a teaspoon of chili flakes. Oop. Did I move you? Yes, I did. Okay, so I said we need an extra 1/4 cup, so that would be an extra 1/2 cup of water that we're going to add to the meat, besides the balsamic and the olive oil. So that would be an extra 1/2 cup of water, and it looks like it's going to be perfect now. Now you can get in there with your hands and just mix this up. And you're going to form this into a nice roll. And it smells amazing. I wish you could just smell it right through the lens. This is going to be perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to get some plastic. The same thing that we did with the, let's put some more black pepper. We're going to roll it up in plastic, and then we're going to also roll it up with the aluminum paper. Now you could either make it a nice big salami roll, or if you want, you could make small, skinnier salami. So this is going to be, I might make 2 of them. So this way it's going to be easier to wrap. I'm not sure if you're catching this. I'm going to push this back a little so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to move this. Sorry, I can never be, I'm so messy when I work. So shape it into the size of what a salami would be when you buy it at the store. So my salami would be about this size. So that would be the size of the salami. Remember, tight but not over tight, because this will expand a little. There we go. I'm going to make our other roll. And we're going to get 2 salamis out of this. This is perfect. So we're going to steam this so it locks up all the flavors. And we're just going to roll it in an angle. This way you can lock it up on both ends. And that's it. If you're afraid this might open up, just do another sheet of aluminum paper and double it up, and you're going to be okay. And it's really that simple. It doesn't take that much time to make it, and it'll last you for at least a week to 2 weeks in the refrigerator. So I'm going to double up this aluminum paper so it does not open up on me. And this is something you could also do ahead of time. You can make all kinds of deli meats, and you can freeze it. And when you need it, you just take out, the night before you take it out, and you're good to go for the week. And I'll be able to also give you some great recipes on some sausages I make. And there you go. These are our salami rolls, and I'm going to put this to steam. Perfect. So here we are. We have both rolls in my steamer, and we're just going to cover this, and we're going to just let it steam for at least, I'd say 60 minutes. And remember, if it goes over 15 minutes more, it doesn't matter. But at minimum 60 minutes, you will steam this. So we're going to check back in a bit, and we're going to show you what it looks like once it's cooked and what it looks like inside.